just
thank
perfectly
you.
matched.
I haven't worn these shoes for a long time, so the rubber under has come. They didn't crack on the road.
But at least it looks beautiful.
You haven't talked about my grey hair that I'm letting.
Yes,
I
unleashed the grays.
I've unleashed the grays.
Yes, so okay, we like it. We like it. We want to see more of it. Honestly, Waike, you have beautiful hair. I don't know why you don't let it out.
Please leave the.
No, but you do.
Wait till your own hair is grey, then tell me about it.
Waike, me, I know I don't have hair. You that you have hair, we're celebrating your hair.
I love the hair. It's the grey I don't like.
But the grey,
I love the grey.
The grey is a symbol of authority, a symbol of experience.
You're
a
an
symbol
elder
of
now.
being there, been there, done that. I know that's what
You should not praise her. She's 60,
you
she's
better
old.
accept it.
60. I'm 60 this year.
Can't wait.
Waike is 60
We're
this
holding
year.
it down.
Oh goodness, we're shutting down Lagos.
Yes,
Amen. We're shutting
With
down
COVID, with
Yeah, no,
Corona.
COVID would have gone by then now.
Amen.
Vaccination, everything would have been
Amen.
vaccinated. Anyway, Busy, how you doing?
I'm doing amazing. So yesterday was my rest day. I sought ideas from some of my fans. I put it out that I wanted to rest, but I needed ideas. And so a lot of them were sending ideas. Make sure you do this, do that, go to the spa. So let me tell you the little ones I did. So I had my massage. I went to the spa, had my Swedish massage. Then I slept all through yesterday. I ate close to my house. I slept all through yesterday. I rested. I was a bit on Netflix. I did not carry any book. I did not read. I really rested. But I just couldn't put off my phone because I was still expecting messages. But I tried to rest. So I think
if you want to do massage, you should go to that place that Jumoke told us about on Isaac John. They're still there.
Did you see what they did to Jumoke's face?
No.
That was
that one was
But all of us went there. I had Moroccan bath and I really loved it. I look forward to it.
they're amazing
How you
places.
doing?
But the lady is no more now. She
My daughter manages it.
Oh, the daughter, okay.
Still love her, doing well.
How you doing?
Daughter's class.
Thank you for the support yesterday.
What happened? Where did you people meet? Coven?
In our coven, Abi. So yesterday was a bit crazy for me. I couldn't get here with my car. I just parked it by the roadside recklessly, and I started biking to work. And I was worried about it. I talked about it tomorrow. I was really actually tensed about the car. So when most call came in and messages, I hope you've gotten to the car. I was already on at Marina at the disco. We got our approval immediately. And it was really nice. I must mention that they are a unique customer care service.
Wow.
I love their customer care. It was really nice. The Eco Disco where I use.
Eco Disco, they are very, when it comes to customer service. Because they know they are talking to high-level people.
No, it's not about, no, their own. You know, because I manage both.
Are you sure that Ikeja is not good? Who said the Ikeja is not good?
Ikeja is
went there.
My problem there is still.
Did you have help?
My problem there.
No,
They had somebody. Oh,
There's
this one.
always crowd in front of their gates.
This one I was waiting to see protest. I didn't see. So because of their district offices that we always go, they sort us out quickly. We don't have to get there. Well, I really enjoyed myself, and I got Mampas. I just enjoyed myself.
They gave at the code.
I'm telling you.
They gave you hamper.
Because of that, I can even go.
We need to go to that island.
Move to island.
Please stay in your Magodo.
Are you for real?
Stay in
I
your
love
Magodo.
Magodo, actually. I love Magodo.
I know you do, so stay there.
Magodo is very serene. You know, I like when you enter the
Magodo is
estate.
good.
I love Magodo.
I've not entered the estate though, but we're in the surrounding area. We like claiming the estate.
I hear Tokpa is in the estate.
Yes, she has moved into the estate, and it's a really nice place. So she talks about
Do you blame her?
but they have a very effective Magodo residential association. They actually have campaigns. They actually have proper elections.
Wow.
And it's a big deal. And they have budgets. And they are really, really.
They should unite and discuss the issue of this their road.
Which road?
Which of the roads?
The traffic, no.
Yes. They should
that one
talk
is
about
traffic.
it.
Traffic,
If
because
they are
I
strong
can
on
use
that.
30 minutes to 45 minutes on that road.
On that road
Alone.
You know?
And there are
It's
big
terrible.
people
On
there.
CMD Road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some days.
Not some
We need to
days.
expand it.
Every day.
Yes, they should.
Every time I'm coming. Like today.
It's Thursday. It's our gisting day, but we wanted to gist today. Unfortunately,
We
two
can't
major
gist, though.
hot topics is boiling in Nigeria that we can't but talk about it. So first, we'll go through the front page of the papers and we discuss the juicy topics, the major matters
hot topics
of
boiling.
4.2 million pounds, and then the issue of labor is also pretty hot.
Yeah.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
we're going to start with the nation. Senate House, we kill bill on wage negotiation. NSC becomes public liability company. Naira weakens despite new dollar policy. Protesting truck drivers block Benin Ore Road. And 2020 reports 937 killed, 1,972 abducted in Kaduna. All right, let's start with the major headline. That is labor. Let's just mention that very quickly.
Okay, so yesterday was nationwide protest by labor, protesting the adjustments that the bill trying to bring the issue of minimum wage from the exclusive list to concurrent list so that the states can also legislate on it and protest everywhere.
We'll talk about our views later because we might discuss it.
Yeah, we're going to be discussing that.
But I think that process must be done in a way that is more sane. When they have the Abuja one that we saw on the news, on TVC News, they were not audible. The chairman was addressing and it wasn't audible. The music was louder than him. Even those of us watching it was a struggle to hear him. So protest is about serious issues. If you are, at least you now don't gather protest.
I think what amazes me about this protest, they do the show, they go to the place.
They stand there.
They stand there. Then when they are dressed, they all disperse. Everybody goes. I went on one like that. I promised myself. We went to governor's office. I think Fashola was skinny then.
And you said you won't try. And
that's the climax of the protest.
Yeah,
we don't do it like
Central
that.
Bank. Yes.
Bank, Naira weekends.
Yeah. So Central Bank of Nigeria started an implementation on Monday, which is Naira for dollar scheme. Right. What that meant was for every $1 somebody in diaspora sends home, they get a 5 naira rebate, a way to encourage an inflow of dollar. But now what happened was at the exchange rate, Naira now rose to 484 to $1 as against 480 that it was before this new policy. So people are afraid and they are thinking that probably this is a way of devaluing our Naira. But at the central bank, at the CBN is still 379 Naira. So
well, we've seen this format used in other countries and it's actually
works.
It worked, I think it was used in India and a few other countries. So let us give it some time and see what happens. And hopefully we get that inflow of dollar that is required. Moving on now to the Nigerian Tribune. Reps want disbursement of Ibori's £4.2 million loot halted. Airlines cry over 12 years without airfield lighting on Lagos Airport domestic runway. Tanker drivers block Benin Ore Expressway over killing of 2 members. It's time to put an end to open grazing, says Ondo Macban. Fraudsters hack NPA's e-collab system issues truckers fake slips. And food blockage, neither side is a loser, says Afe Babalola. And Senate uncovers 120 billion naira differential in subsidy payment. IPMAN kicks. All right, which story are we taking?
The
Ore Road.
Yes, the truck drivers blocked it between at the border between the Ondo State and Edo States. Their point is, sorry, the kidnapping has been happening between the border of the Ondo and Edo States, and so they just blocked the whole road yesterday. That until the Governor Obaseki comes out to address them, they are not going to move. Motorists came out begging them. Apparently, 2 of their members have been killed recently, and they're just tired.
So they said that because the registration that was compelled in Ondo State for herdsmen to graze in their forest forced the herdsmen towards Edo State. The Amotekun also pushed them into to the border of the state and then left them. So they went into that and they've been causing issues in that state. So they want the governor too in Edo to take a stand.
Apparently they've even refused to register. The reason they left Ondo was because they refused to register.
Okay. Do we do the Ibori Delta State?
Okay,
go ahead.
Just the brief, since we're going to be talking about it. So the House of Reps has asked the federal government not to spend the £4.2 million seized from Governor James Ibori that was they just repatriated back into the country. The federal government had already made plans, of the money, saying that they wanted to use it to fund some of the federal roads in Lagos-Ibadan Expressway and one other Second Niger Bridge. But they are saying that Deltans are the actual owners of that money, and so nothing should be done without them having a say. They also have their own roads that are supposed to be looked into. So probably when we take it, we'll do more.
All right, let's move on very quickly. Has anybody taken the Ondo Mark ban? I had taken
You have that.
Yeah, so Mayeti Allah, remember how in the past Mayeti Allah used to speak with a lot of spew a lot of negativity. So recently, the chairman of Mayeti Allah in Ondo had said that they've called for an end to open grazing in the country, and they're saying it's high time for herders to look for alternative to open grazing so as to put an end to the frequent clashes between farmers and herders. This is good news.
Yeah,
I'm happy that they're finally coming halfway with the farmers in the various states.
I wanted to take the MPA, the e-call-up system, because according to the MP on their Twitter handle, they said that they explained that truckers were caught with counterfeit tickets and that they were trying to beat security, and they also said that their system, whatever the network was being hacked by hackers, and so that's why they have that issue happening. Right now, around the environs, and like I mentioned yesterday, the entire stretch of the service lane, you have trucks parked. So MPA is probably looking at the e-call-up system, perfecting it in town, but we will need people to enforce so that the truck drivers will conform with the e-call-up system eventually. As long as they can still park by roadside, cause hardship on other people before they get to the port, that system will fail eventually. So we need them to start to enforce them, kick them out of our roads, get them to go to the parks and compel them to use those parks.
Okay. Moving on now to the Punch. National Assembly Labour meets Tuesday as sponsor knocks unions. NCSC parades 5 illegal female immigrants stealing wrappers during and duping Nigerians, actually. Majority Leader carpets Senate for dumping reps bill. Lagos starts COVID-19 vaccination by weekend, says Sanwo-Olu. Construction of 500 houses for 2018 Ogun flood victims begins. UAE extends ban on Nigerian flights to March 20th. And 2 out of 5 bank workers contract staff. 2 out of 5 bank workers contract staff, says NBS. Okay, which story have we not taken?
So the NBS...
which one, YK?
You want to take one? I was going to take the customs.
Okay, go ahead, YK.
5 ladies, 5 women from Chad, Benin Republic, Niger Republic, Ghana were intercepted on the Lokoja road and they were caught with all these wrappers. Apparently they go to shops and they dupe the people with charms. When I read charms, I just found it funny. And they
you don't believe in it?
I don't know.
It will shock you.
Okay.
Well, they found them in Ilori, Kwara State, and I think that
they had wrappers with them.
They had bills and bills of wrappers.
Bills of wrappers. They confessed.
Let's speak one more story before you run off.
I wanted to talk about
NBS.
the 2 out of yes. So according to the National Bureau of Statistics, in the banks, 2 out of every 5 workers in Nigerian banks totally are contract staff. They call them contract in contract. So the banks have about 101,000 entire staff within the nation, and over 45,000 of those workers are contract staff. And there's a level of casualization that is unbearable to mention with the hardship. They're also claiming that because COVID came, they had to downsize and do some adjustments, and so they have to resort to this method.
Let's go on a quick.
This is where we need labor.
Yeah.
Okay, you want to go on a break?
Yes, when we come back, we'll continue the conversation. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
My name is Glory of God. I'm the weather. This is my workshop. I started the business year 2000 with small workshop and 2 staff. When I meet Adron 6 years ago, that's how my life changed. 2 staff on to 20 staff. I be landlord from away before. When Adron gave me contract, I entered their estates. I said, wow, Lekki in Shimawa. The following day, I take my wife to their estate. She fall in love. That's how we leave my house from away as landlord. Come to tenant in Treasure Park Phase 1, Shimawa. I come meet the GMD of Adron Homes. Now so I begin to do all their iron work for all their estates. Aton, Shagam, Ibejuleki, Abeokuta, Ibadan, Imota, Shimawa. I gather money for this work to build my own house for Adron Estate, Treasure Park, Phase 1, Shimawa. I give my family better environment to stay. Adron, I thank you.
Adron Homes, making the incredible affordable. Dear customer, link your national identification number to your Airtel router, MiFi and ODU devices today. Log on to www.airtel.com.ng/HBB to access the Airtel HBB Self-Care Portal. Click on Submit NIN from the displayed options and then enter your 11-digit NIN details. You will get a confirmation message immediately after. If you are using a universal device with Airtel SIM, don't worry, we got you covered as well. Just log on to www.airtel.com.ng/NIN, insert your home broadband device number and wait for confirmation. Once confirmed, type in your alternate number and email where you will receive a one-time password. Insert the OTP to verify the account. Fill in your 11-digit NIN details, submit, and you're good to go.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Disinfect and protect your home with Jik. Jik kills 99.9% of illness-causing germs. Disinfect floors, kitchen and bathroom surfaces, and wash white cloths, towels, and dishcloths with Jik bleach. Just Jik it. Disinfect and protect your home with Jik. Jik kills 99.9% of illness-causing germs. Disinfect floors, kitchen and bathroom surfaces, and wash white cloths, towels, and dishcloths with Jik bleach. Just Jik it.
Hello, you want 35 packs? Okay, we can deliver them in 3 days. Hello, sir. 75 bags? Yes, I can deliver. Hello, ma. Yes, ma. Your order for 90 bags has been confirmed.
Need a loan to grow your business? Visit renmoney.com or call 0700 5500 to get a micro business loan today. Need money? Ren Money.
You don't wait for life. You go to meet life. It's not about how many chances you get. It's what you do with what you've got. Cup after cup. Morning after morning. Start strong. Finish strong. It all starts with a Nescafe.
Thanks for staying with us. We're still here with the paper review. We're going to move on to the Daily Sun. Mike, you wanted to add something to the issue of bankers, or what?
Yeah, I was going to add, say, what was I going to say? I said it now.
Okay, let's move on.
I said it during the break.
All right, was there any other story you want to take in point?
Yes, I wanted to finish the story of those women, those 5 women. Okay. They were actually brought into Nigeria by a Nigerian woman, and somewhat bought from their Nigerian boyfriends, bought for him from Libya, and then they were now abandoned. So this is how they decided to survive by duping. They found 255,000 worth of wrappers with them. You know, it's quite a sad story.
Okay, let's move on now to Daily Sun. UK stops recruitment of Nigerian doctors and nurses and 46 other countries. Southeast workers to lose pension over non-remittance of state governments. Labour shuts down National Assembly. We talked about that already. Buhari commissions NDDC headquarters in Port Harcourt today. Traffic gridlock on Benin-Ore Expressway as protesters block road over drivers killing. And Okorocha begs Oshimbajo to intervene in feud with Uzodinma. All right, so the major headline. So what UK is saying here is that they have updated their code of practice to align with the WHO safeguards list, and to do that they're expanding their recruitment across other states aside from this 47, which includes Nigeria. So they'll be recruiting from many other countries, but Nigeria, I think they have about 5,250 Nigerian doctors and nurses in their health sector, and they're going to be recruiting outside these 47 countries. Any other story?
Yeah, I want to talk about PENCOM in the Southeast states. So that's the Contributory Pension Scheme, CPS. They had, according to the PENCOM, they had reported that the Southeast states had not really implemented their pensions for the workers, and that means that if anything happens and the workers go on retirement, they will not be able to get any entitlements that are due to them. It's only Anambra State among the 5 Southeast states that have even partially implemented it. They've started in 2013, and they have, they've just been, remitting 10% employer and 5% contributions to the pension scheme. Now, the other states have not even looked at it at all. Now, I'm worried because these are some of the issues that we expect Labour to take up and fight. The government of these states are not, having any plans for their workers after retirement, and Labour isn't saying anything about it. It's only Anambra that has even tried a bit. These are some of the issues we expect Labour to stand in the forefront and fight for their workers, not just minimum wage.
We don't see it in the
they are
paper,
not doing
so maybe
anything.
They are not.
Workers,
I got an anonymous report from one of the states in the East and on how they were made to forgo 2 years old salaries of old pensions. And they adjusted the salary scale of their staff to to keep reducing salaries. And you only see Labour when we discuss minimum wage.
Yeah, I now remember what I was going to say about the banks. The banks, you can be working as a contract staff for 6 years, and then your contract will end. They will just dismiss you, no benefits,
no entitlements, nothing.
You can work for 10 years. Now, Labour, it's only when it comes to government, you see them pro. And then I don't want to be casting aspersions on their character, but we all know what happens when they promote. So they will not go and fight for
the workers.
Real issues.
I saw the Lagos State protest, and I know one of the personalities in Labour. I knew how strong she was as a Labour member in Lasso at the time. These are some of the things I know she's very articulate about. I would like to see her picket some of these companies, even around the Ojo area, these factories where all these abuses happen. Move more serious issues like this around states.
Let's move on now to the Vanguard. Bandits abduct 100 minors, kill 10 in Zamfara, says emirs. Insecurity, Yoruba group warns Ogun, Ondo, Oyo governors against terror attacks on schools. We are tired of open grazing, says headsman in Ondo. Return the £6.2 million, not £4.2 million to Delta Repstel presidency. Lagos socialites, 4 others kidnapped, 100 million naira sum demanded, and investors lose 209 billion naira to weak corporate results. Okay, who has the major headline? Or the
major headline. So, according to the emir of Anka and Maru local government in Zamfara State, at the time when the Jengebe girls were kidnapped, minors were also kidnapped in Zamfara State, and 10 people were 100 minors were kidnapped, and 10 people were killed during the course of that action that happened that morning. But because the schoolgirls, their children, it overshadowed this particular report.
The one was even before March 2.
March 2. So it didn't make it to the front pages, and and he was also decrying the fact that there's a no-fly zone in Zamfara. Zamfara does not have an airport, putting so much focus. I say, as far as I'm concerned, His Royal Highness was speaking with 2 sides of the mouth. So there's a serious issue of banditry and kidnapping happening in Zamfara State, and whatever the government needs to do to curb it, it should do. So whatever method they deploy, before you criticize that method, that there's a no-fly zone, other states have issues, and that's not the issue.
Right.
There should be, it's not illegal to mine in Zamfara State. So this happened before it became illegal, and it should not happen. No form of mining should happen. According to him, he called them artisans miners, and he said that it is legal and that they've been helpful to the state resources. I am not aware of Zamfara mineral resources belonging to the state. Every mineral resources in the country belongs to the federal government. Yes. And only the federal government should have a say on how it is mined, and it is our collective national resources, and the process of it should be divided nationally, just like our petrol and all, our crude is. So until we speak with one side of the matter, we are very clear about the issues that we have.
Okay. There was another story about the Lagos.
So a business mogul, Alhaji Lukman Anabanjo, popularly known as Bugon, was kidnapped on Monday. So he said he was they were on their way to the farm. Him and some of his driver and 4 others were kidnapped. With, about 8 gunmen carrying AK-47 took them. So they are asking for 100 million for them to be released, and the family members are negotiating 10 million. So they've released some other persons that were abducted at the same time or kidnapped at the same time, and they had to go to an area in Lagos to pay that ransom. So this is an area that was well known, that was reported in the papers. I expect that the government should do more, though the commissioner has said that they're looking into, investigations are ongoing as we speak.
There's a story we missed in the tree.
They had one submachine gun. Where do these people get? And this is Ota is just down the road.
Very close.
That we are all looking, headsmen. It is kidnappers inside Lagos.
I wanted to take the airline, local airlines decrying over 12 years of without airfield to land. So according to them, the lighting on the local airline runway it's been bad for over 12 years. So they cannot fly or land at night. They can only do daytime landing and flight. And it's been like that for 12 years. It's not been budgeted, they keep removing it from the budget and prioritizing other things. You know, the level of priority that we have is saddening. I think all monies expended should also cover for that within the country.
Okay, unfortunately, that's all we can take on Front Page Review. When we come back, we have our guests from ARM Pensions. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Section, and anything less than that get a hasty rejection. I point you in the direction where you can drink to the next one. So anytime that you see me on the film, I'm defending my title, I'm right till election.
Friends, you want to see some magic? Let's blow some minds! Now, as you can all see, these cards have different numbers written on them. Can you all see? Yeah. You, sir, please, I want to pick any card. Oh my goodness. You, my princess, you have my heart already. Just pick any card. Now, I want to show cards to the audience and don't let me see them. So I want to place the card in your pocket. So what if I told you all these cards are the same? Okay, sir, I want to show us your card. Just wait a second. I want to check into your beautiful shoe. As you can all see, all the numbers are 777. 777 is the magic number.
The whole sensational world of Glow, now accessible through one code, *triple.
All washing powders are the same. Sunlight adds bursts of freshness to cleaning power to give you Sunlight 2-in-1 for sensational cleaning and freshness that lasts. Sunlight 2-in-1, sensational cleaning with burst after burst of freshness. Introducing Sunlight with luxurious oud fragrance.
Disinfect and protect your home with Jik. Jik kills 99.9% of illness-causing germs. Disinfect floors, kitchen and bathroom surfaces, and wash white cloths, towels, and dishcloths with Jik bleach. Just Jik it. Disinfect and protect your home with Jik. Jik kills 99.9% of illness-causing germs. Disinfect floors, kitchen and bathroom surfaces, and wash white cloths, towels, and dishcloths with Jik bleach. Just Jik it.
How we're doing, guys? Is the makeup in progress? Makeup check. Are the scripts on the prompter script?
Check.
Are we set in the VCR? All tape in place? VCR.
Check. Clock is ticking, time is racing, lights are. Plans all set. 120 minutes of hot entertainment. We are ready for the mission.
Thanks for staying with us. So joining us on the show is the marketing expert and business consultant, ARM Pensions, TRICIA IKPOWONBA. Good morning, madam. Are you there?
Hi, good morning. I'm here. How you doing?
Good to have you on the show. So ARM Pensions is here today because you have so much to tell us about your transfer window and all the packages you're working on. Could you tell us exactly what the transfer window is about and how we can participate in it?
All right, fantastic. So thank you for having me here. So the transfer window is basically, you know, like how you have transfer windows in football, where that's the opportunity the footballer can move to another club. Now it's the same thing in pension. So this is the opportunity where pension account holders can switch their PFAs if they are currently not satisfied with their present administrator. So, you know, if you're looking for another PFA that you feel will listen to you, have your money at best interest, then we're saying you can come to ARM. So yeah, the window is currently open for you to make that transfer.
Now, let me ask you, how do you make the switch? What are some of the things you need to do to be able to switch?
Okay, so there are two key things that you should do if you're interested in switching PFAs. The first is you need to complete your data recapture with your current administrator. So you just reach out to them and inform them you'd like to switch. There's a process. You need to fill some information. Then the second thing is you reach out to ARM and one of our team members will come to you for a data capture. So we need things like your biodata and prints and all that, so it has to be physical. So somebody will come to you and take all that information and then set you up. So those are the two basic things you need to do to switch PFA.
I was going to jump on it when you said data capture, thinking we're in a pandemic, how do we do that? But since you said you send your...
Can I speak as a layman?
Yes.
I don't have pension. Can I come to you for, can I just apply? I don't know, because I don't have pension and I'm 60.
Fantastic, right? So while the transfer window is for people who already have a pensions account, but we are also interested in talking to people like you who have zero pensions. Now, the thing is, I always ask this question, how long will you hustle for? How long will you work for? You know, there comes a time where the body is tired. We can't do all we used to do in our youth. And then we will need to fall back on something. Most times, especially in places like Nigeria, Africa, our fallback plan is our children. So we become burdens to our children in our old age. So we're saying that no matter your age, where you are now is fine. You realize you haven't, you know, saved all this well. You can open a pensions account today. Like, it's that easy. And if you don't understand how it works, when you call us, somebody will be so good enough to explain to you your options, because we have two different accounts that you can choose to go into. So there's the one if you're an entrepreneur, you know, you run your business solo, you can sign up with that where you contribute anything you want anytime. And then there's the other compulsory one if you work in an organization or you have employees that are up to a certain number. So it's just understanding what your options are, how you can contribute, what you can contribute. If you get out of, like, you lose your job and you're out of job for 4 months, how much of your pensions you can access, all of that information. So just call us or email, and then you get all the information you need to start your pensions journey.
How does it work having a pensions account? Because we know, Nigerians have this distrust. We don't know what exactly to believe. Does it, when you have a pensions account with ARM, for instance, does it give you access Do you have a platform where you can monitor your contributions so you know what you're worth at the end of the day without having to consult? Or do you always have an agent attached to clients so that that person can tell them A and then later they'll find out B from the company when it's time for them to access pension? How does it work with ARM exactly?
Okay, fantastic. So because we are interested in helping you, save for the future, each account holder has an account officer. So the same thing that applies in your banks. So you basically have somebody you can reach if you need information. But aside that, there are several platforms you can use to access your funds, to check your monthly statements, etc. So we have a USSD code. We have a chat bot that you can just download and have conversations with. We have phone lines, there's email, there's the website, there's your account manager. Like, there's over 5 different channels you can use to check what the status of your savings is at ARM.
Right. Okay. So, Tricia, there are a few elements that one should consider before choosing a PFA, some of which is the business stability, competitive investment returns, safety of our information, and excellent personalized services. These are important elements to people before choosing a PFA. How has ARM demonstrated itself to show they can actually ensure that they have these elements?
Okay, fantastic. So when you are trying to decide, what PFA you should use, is important. Like you mentioned, stability is important. So ARM Pensions is part of the ARM group. Now, the ARM group is the largest non-bank financial service firm in Nigeria. So that tells you that what ARM is capable, there's support and your money is safe. That's one thing. Now, another reason why you should look to ARM if you're deciding to go on the pensions journey is we give you competitive investment returns. So your money is not just sitting in somewhere, waiting for you. We put the money to good use. We help you invest it. That's why you need to come in and have conversations so that we explain to you how we invest your money, how your money is secure, and how we're trying to grow the money for you as you go on your savings journey with ARM. So that's the second reason. The third reason is data privacy. Like, we cannot overemphasize this, is how are you sure that your data is safe with the PFA that you currently use? So at ARM, we take data privacy seriously, and we've gotten all the ISO certificates that ensure that any data you share with us is not used for any other activity, but for the purpose that it was shared with us. So these are like some of the reasons why we know that coming into ARM Pensions to start your pension journey or continue your pensions journey is one decision that you should be taking.
Okay. So I want to know, what does it cost to switch? And would it affect, after the switch, would it affect my remittance in any way?
There's zero cost to switch, like zero. Nobody should charge you any amount to switch PFAs. And then there's no, so it's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's just that it's a different PFA now. So the same way you used to remit, you'll continue the same way. So it's like you're transferring your accounts from one platform to another. Here it's from one pensions administrator to another, and you just continue to remit the way you used to remit. So there's no fees, there's no hidden charges, there's nothing. Just reach out to your current administrator that you want to switch and start the process.
Tricia, what do I get for switching from my present pension to ARM?
Sorry, I didn't get that.
There must be an extra. What's that incentive for switching to your pension?
If I switch today, Tricia, what's the incentive? Are you going to give me something for switching? If I come to you today, if I call my pension PFA today and say, I'm going to ARM, what would you give me?
There is no incentives for switching. Let me ask you.
Okay.
We are offering you great service. See this thing. They're always looking for incentive. You use incentive elsewhere. It's not for incentive. Okay, this is your money. This is your lifelong money. Like how much money you worked for all these years. Don't use 500 naira data incentive to.
Right. Okay, so Tricia, let me ask you this question, Tricia. So I have a pension, I have a PFA right now, right? All I get
Okay.
from them is just text messages telling me when a contribution has been made. That's all I get. So you're offering me a personalized service. I need you to really help me explain that. Let me to know what I'm going to be getting different from you. What does that personalized service mean exactly?
Okay, so personalized service, like the literal meaning is basically helping you identify what will work for you. So while remitting pension is the same across any PFA, you just pay the money every month and whatnot. But here, we're saying that you can have a conversation with your relationship manager, who's like your account officer, to understand, what your journey is. For instance, if you are contributing as a solopreneur, how much you can put in, how often you can, it's like your own advisor, how often you can, what you will be getting at the end of 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, whatnot. So it's just sitting down with you to help you understand what your options are and what your opportunities are. Also, if you happen to fall into tough times as the times go on, like you lose your job or your business goes under, etc. Here you can come back into your relationship managers and have a conversation, and we put your options before you. So it's not a one size fits all. It's basically where you are, what your income is, and advising you on how you can save with whatever you have.
Okay.
Yes, especially for solopreneurs.
Right.
I beg, my own is convince me, because I'm a Nigerian. Me, I'm afraid to put money anywhere, except bank. Even bank gone, you will think of the bank before you put your money. Convince me that if I put my money, you will not run away. That when I get to old age, I go and look for ARM pension. I don't see them. I want to see you. Because at 70 or 80, where am I going to find you? So please convince me. You have the platform to convince me now.
So the thing is, if you are remitting to, and this cuts across any pension funds administrator, your money is insured. So for instance, let's say ARM pensions or ARM group goes down today, your money is insured, so you will get access to your money. There's a body called PENCOM who is in charge of pensions in Nigeria. So no matter what happens to the PFA, your money is insured. You will get your money.
That's good.
Then you now have conversations on switching to another PFA with the money you have. But it is insured. So
can you give us an idea?
No matter what happens,
okay,
your money is insured.
Okay, can you give us an
pension.
idea of the return on investment?
So the thing is, the return on investment is, there's no like fixed percentile. It's not like, the money market where I say if you put in this, you get this. It's not fixed, but depending on your contribution. That's why we are big on the personalized service. So depending on your contribution, the frequency, etc., then you can have a conversation with your relationship manager to know what can be done with your money or what the returns will be for you. But it is not fixed, it cuts across, and there are different factors that determine that.
Thank you so much, Tricia. I think you've convinced us enough. Thank you very much. It's been a great
So are you switching or are you signing up?
Oh, please, I don't know yet.
I'm thinking of signing up, but true, because when you get to my age,
we'll think about it. We're not allowed to endorse. We'll think about it. Let's go on a break now.
All right, fantastic.
All right, when we come back, we'll discuss this matter. Is it a Delta State money or is it federal government's money? We'd like to hear your views. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Confidence is important in life's little moments. Strong teeth can help, even if they get her into trouble sometimes. A great smile is useful to break the ice, and making friends is easier when you know you have friends.
Susu is fine. No, she's not crying, oh. But we are watching cartoon. Ask Grandma, I'm the one that used to take care of Yabo that time. Take your time. I will call you back. Your daddy is calling.
Explore without limits. Turn it up on MTN, the reliable data network.
Confidence is important in life's little moments. Strong teeth can help, even if they get her into trouble sometimes. A great smile is useful to break the ice, and making friends is easier when you know you have fresh breath. I give my family confidence with Pepsodent Triple Protection 123. Its antibacterial action formula gives them cavity protection, white teeth, and fresh breath. The confidence of 3 toothpaste in 1. Pepsodent Triple Protection 123.
I'm about to write my senior WAEC. I'm trying to do better than what I did in my junior WAEC.
When it's time to write an exam that's based off of everything you've learned and you realize that you don't know enough, it's pretty scary.
Before you listen, I wasn't studying too effectively. Thanks to my amazing dad, when he found out about you lesson, we decided to just give it a try.
So I downloaded the app and I found myself really understanding.
I was able to depend on them to teach me, explain stuff to me so I would understand it easier.
There is an app that can help you every day, whenever you need it, and it's really good at what it does.
ULesson for exam champions. Download now on Google Play Store and subscribe.
Disinfect and protect your home with Jik. Jik kills 99.9% of illness-causing germs. Disinfect floors, kitchen and bathroom surfaces, and wash white cloths, towels, and dishcloths with Jik bleach. Just Jik it. Disinfect and protect your home with Jik. Jik kills 99.9% of illness-causing germs. Disinfect floors, kitchen and bathroom surfaces, and wash white cloths, towels, and dishcloths with Jik bleach. Just Jik it.
Get your limited edition packs now before the final whistle blows.
Thanks for staying with us. So the United Kingdom is set to return to Nigerian government over £4.2 million. Is it mullah? What do you call it?
Mullah.
Mullah. Yes, mullah. That was recovered from a former governor of Delta State, James Ibori, who was convicted of corruption charges in the UK back in 2012. Now, the question everyone is asking is, should the money be returned to the federal government or Delta State? And the reason why this is up for conversation is because in the front page of the paper for the past 2 days, in fact, it was even debated again yesterday at the House, where the federal government was saying that the money that's been brought back will be used for the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway and the second Niger Bridge project. Delta State, however, is insisting that that money should come to them, that it was their money, you know. So that's the conversation Nigerians have been having since morning. I mean, all stations are talking about it. Even the Breakfast Show talked about it this morning. But your view hasn't talked about it. So we'd like to hear your views on it. You can call us on 081-270-53687. You can also call us on 091-390-76948. Also tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so we can read your tweets. All right, so let me hear your thoughts, your initial thoughts on this. I'd like to start with BC.
Okay, because I'm a Deltan.
We kind of know where you're going to come from anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Thank God you know. So let me start with this analogy. So a father is told that the son was beaten up and they snatched the son's sweets. Now you bounce in as a father. You go there, you beat up the boy, you collect your son's sweet, and you lick it. Are you not supposed to return the sweet to your son? That's exactly what is, trying to play out here. Now, I know that it was the federal government that recovered the money. Of course. The federal government is a sovereign state and should liaise with the UK. So it's not the job of Delta State to liaise directly with the UK to recover the money. So now that you have recovered the money, where was the money stolen from? That's the question. That money has to be returned to its rightful place. Now, you mentioned you want to do the Niger second bridge. You want to do the Lagos-Ibadan expressway. There are projects in Delta State that need to be attended to. We have the Benin-Warri Federal Road. We have the Asaba-Ila, Ebu. We have the Agbo, Imutu, Eku, and all those other federal roads that are dilapidated. They need help. So this money, when it goes to Delta State, if you are scared that the money would likely go into different coffers, then you can have an arrangement and say, this is the project we are earmarking for you people. You need this, and we are going to follow through to ensure that you use this money rightly. But to say that the money belongs to the federal government, it is unfair. You remember Plateau State.
Let's not finish the conversation in one bit, because it's a long conversation. I'll come back to that. But you see, let me just stay on your analogy for a moment. So a son, somebody takes her sweet. Now, this same son is a son that already has jedi. You are overeating too much sweets. You have too much chocolate, and you are getting obese on this chocolate you'll be eating. All the sweet they bought, they're supposed to share with your brothers and sisters. You eat it by yourself. So your father, somebody stole your sweet, carry the sweet for you. Instead of giving it to you so that you don't have another jedi, or don't feast on it again. He will not eat it. Eats it. He can keep it for you. Or give it to somebody else. He will keep it for you. Or now reallocate that sweet for somebody who needs that sweet. That's bullying. There are different ways. I'm just saying there are different ways of looking at this thing. So don't think that analogy is the only analogy. There are different analogies. Let me come to you.
Because let her answer.
She has already responded. We'll come to that. Let me let Nima come in first. I'm just letting her know that there's another way of looking at it. Yeah, Nima.
We have response.
Okay, so let me not play legal card here. I leave it to the court. As according to Delta State, they have said they will sue, they will go and they'll use every legal means to recover the monies for them. So let them go to court. I'd like to see what the court will conclude. But we know, just as you said, that Delta States are not, the money belongs to Nigeria, and we're a sovereign nation. Nigeria recovered the money, and Nigeria should be allowed to disburse it. But I want to ask Delta State, when the former EFCC boss came out with a $15 million allegation against this same former governor of Delta State said their money no loss. I would have expected every son of the son, the important big men, and I don't want to call the SANs alone, say that are from Delta State, to stand up and say, let us find out properly what happened to our money. Where did $15 million allegation come from? And when Ibori even looted this money, when he came back, there was a state.
Yes, so welcome.
In fact, a disgraceful one that we watch on TV. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it.
Somebody where they steal your money,
that they received him, and he's recovered his status as a son of the soil, a chief of record in Delta State. But now we are discussing money, and all our morals that have come back. We cannot continue to deny and accept some things. What is wrong is wrong. This person looted money. We did not call it loot. We designed it. It was until he went to the UK it became a crime. If that money was in Nigerian, so it would not be a crime. It can be in somebody's farm, somebody's all form of ways they keep dollars that we heard about.
You have forgotten to add that the fear is that if they give it back to Delta State, they will give it back to the owner, the original owner.
He's still an elder in Delta State. In fact, he's a kingmaker in Delta State, because we had the other one former governor said that he made him governor even from prison. And we know these things happen. Delta State has comported themselves in ways that we doubt their capacity may I finish? To manage this 4.2 million pounds, to manage it and disburse it judiciously.
Do you know that?
That's all.
Do you know
not doing legal.
Before you go, I just want to give you one gist. Do you know that I know a girl, a woman, who was going on behalf of that time Delta State governor to go and be checking him in prison. She was leaving Nigeria.
Is it news?
From the
to go and do visits.
To go and do visitation.
Because you are.
Okay, so let's come back to the issue at hand, because the debate is, why is the federal government preferring to allocate this to a federal project. Now, people are asking that this, even if you want to use for federal project, can't you use the federal project that is related
To
or
Delta
soon
State.
close to Delta State?
Exactly,
When
because
was it
we
in
have-
Lagos, Ibadan, and second Niger Bridge? That's another up for conversation. Yes.
Okay, now let me even tell you that I think we shouldn't be very emotional about this. And I think it's not your place to tell somebody how they should live their lives, okay? Because we remember that Joshua Darie, money was recovered. And it went straight, the federal government recovered that money, and it went straight to Plateau State. We remember Alamesia in Bayelsa. The money was recovered by the federal government, and it went straight to Bayelsa. That is the state's money. That they have state project that they can
That's
do
the
there.
precedence.
That's the precedent. So why it now comes to the case of Delta State, and you are now choosing to say you feel, no, hold on, you feel Delta State cannot manage it? I think it's very, very unfair. That's one. Two, this project now, Niger Second Bridge and the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway that the federal government is earmarking to use another state's resources to do, they have earmarked Abacha's loot. Let's not forget, for the same project. And they have claimed that they've started doing it. Now, we need to see accountability because we cannot even trust the federal government. So, to be sincere, the money you collected from Abacha loot that you have earmarked for this, what have you done so far? Are you telling me that 500 million is not enough to complete that project? You now need another 4.2.
Okay,
That's almost 3 billion.
Let me support you small on this issue because, like you mentioned, you've ruled out some federal roads that cross through Delta State that will serve Deltans. So I believe that even if federal government were receiving money on their behalf, they should disburse it
for those
on
projects
their behalf within their state. After that one, it is a fact that Deltans celebrated an ex-convict. No, we are going there. We have to go there.
So are we looking at
it? Is
no,
the
no,
moral
So
issue.
is it a punishment for that?
Exactly. No. It goes to question their integrity about the money.
Nima, this is
no,
coming
wait
from
now.
you.
Hey, it's coming from me.
Yeah.
If you happen in Edo, you know me, I used to call it thief. I will go straight for whoever is governor. So we had an issue of that amount of money lost in Delta State, and that person got convicted abroad. And he returned to this country. So people tie double wrapper.
But it's not
It's
everybody.
not a single
But
They don't do the same thing for Alamesia.
Wait, because when Bode George came out of jail, even the former president went to go and celebrate.
Did they not go?
So to this issue, I watched it live. I was looking like this.
Wait, even that.
In this
You know,
Nigeria.
yes, Nigeria.
Wait,
Everybody ties Ashoebi.
Also, it's not every Deltan that went to go and receive.
I did not go.
Not everybody went. So we can't generalize.
We can't generalize.
All Delta. So you cannot punish Delta.
We
Give them
will see.
their due.
Your silence sometimes is acceptance of something that is wrong. So when Deltans, some gathered to celebrate, some kept quiet.
Are we supposed to
And
beat
they
them for
condoned.
celebrating their friend?
No, you protest it.
Protest
you
what?
say no. This person don't take our national money, picking school fees, our money for salaries, our people pension, development money. We not agree, not celebrate am.
So we want
And
the
will
money
speak
now
PD.
so that we can do those developments.
Excuse me.
Thank you.
I really think that they should take the money back to Delta, but there should be accountability.
Yes.
Wait.
Thank you, YK.
There should be accountability. They should watch. They should account how they are spending so that the money doesn't go back to
Exactly.
Ibori.
The federal government has to answer to
But
us.
just make sure that everybody is accountable for that money.
Thank you, YK.
We're going to go on a
Or let Deltans share the money.
Coming back.
No, we're
We're
not
gonna
sharing
break.
it. We want to do those roads.
Exactly.
We don't do our schools.
But all of you that are saying Delta money, which money did Delta generate to get this money?
I
Not
don't
the federal
understand.
allocation.
They have oil.
Did you generate the
long to see
Wait,
your
now
Don't go there.
Don't go
Murayo.
there.
Delta is inside
Who is
the.
generating oil?
Niger Delta, Abi.
Stay
Is that
with us.
producing?
Yes, now.
And so
My
this
money,
basket to pack money.
Stay with us. We'll be right back. We'll tell you how you got that money.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.
Express your love this Valentine season by plugging into the Roland Love Affair promo for you or your spouse. Become a landowner at Ibejuleki, Ekpe, Ikorodu, Shimawa, Ishiwo, Abeokuta, Ibadan, and Abijo GRA, while getting beautiful gifts for your spouse ranging from vouchers to love baskets, phones, and laptops. To get started, call 0702 5004 784 or 0702 5004 785. Visit our website at www.roladproperties.com for more information. Roland Love Affair. Get involved.
The G20 Smart is your favorite multi-purpose vehicle. It's designed with a spacious cabin that allows wall-to-wall seating, drives smoothly like a sedan, conveys more like a bus. A useful cargo space without the need to fold the seats. The IBM G20 Smart features an intelligent drive-by-wire throttle and a powerfully efficient engine. A family vehicle, a people vehicle, a multi-purpose vehicle.
If you're looking for a comfortable urban transporter, look no further. The IVM Sariki comes with exhilarating performance engineered to make every drive comfortable. Equipped with masterful handling, drive-centric dashboard and controls, ample headroom and legroom, effective air conditioning, and modern safety features. The Commute King is here. Drive with pride. Innocent vehicles, proudly made in Nigeria.
Get your limited edition packs now before the final whistle blows.
Thanks for staying with us. So we're still on this issue, and it's a Thursday, so we're just talking and like mothers and women talk. Now, the thing is, there's another part of this angle we've not discussed. The owner of the money. Because people are saying it belongs to Delta. And there's an argument with which manufacturing company did you generate? How is your IGR? How's your IGR in Delta State to say that, yes, it was our money that the former governor embezzled? Or are we still saying, is this federal allocation that came from the source? So federal said, I was going to give you the money. Now, if somebody stole your money, I got it back. I want to reallocate it. Can I not reallocate it and use it?
No. Once you have allocated the money to me,
it belongs to me.
It's my own.
Thank you.
So when you recover it, it's my own.
So why did you not recover it as a person? Why did you as a state?
No, you cannot. But you cannot because you can't discuss with the
UK. But did you petition your federal government? Did you petition your federal government? Please, they stole our money. No. Did you do that?
That's all.
You start to relax.
No, federal government did not petition. It was UK that found out. And it is UK that if Ibori had been left to Nigerians,
nothing will happen to
nothing. That money would have gone.
Yes.
So let's not even go there.
Yes.
UK is the one that decided that they have an axe to grind with Ibori, and they took him to court.
Thank you.
It was a case of money laundering.
Not federal government, because Shebi Diziani, we don't know whether she's guilty or because she's still walking around.
But Nigerian government have since upgraded now. Diziani's money, they are finally forfeited. They've gotten final forfeiture.
But anyway, what I know, what the federal government is trying to do is they are trying to get money from everywhere.
They need money.
My bank called me the other day, one tertiary change that I have in the bank. I say, your account is dormant today. We take your money. Come and sign paper quickly. Wow. So that's what
federal government is doing.
Federal government.
Okay.
When your money is dormant.
Let me come to Nima.
Let me quickly make this point. So Delta State government should have accepted that there was a looting in Delta State. The moment EFCC was investigating them, they should have made it possible to substantiate that investigation at the time. It failed. The EFCC was unable to establish substantial case of money laundering against Ibori in Nigeria. But the money was wardrobed paneled somewhere in the UK. And the UK people knock it out. Say, this money, explain, sources. In this way, we were talking the other day where I say some people are untouchable. We have created an untouchable system here. If Delta State government, today I would have sat with them, and that's why I'm not doing legal. Written a petition. Okay, I am a subsequent governor. I took over from this governor, but with a fine 10 million, not even let and complete. Just extend it, just be generous, put some change on top and say, we fine 10 million pounds. See, but they did not find nothing. You see, until the conviction happened in the UK, and the UK now had an agreement with the sovereign nation, not a local entity, with the sovereign nation, Nigeria, to repatriate this money.
So are you saying because the governor at the time was not honest,
You now rob the
now
whole state.
You now rob the state
Of what belongs to them, of what development into them. No, I did not say that. Oh.
No, he said they will rob
you will now rob the
state.
state. I did not say you are a robber.
But how do
anyhow
we,
you want to?
but how do we guarantee that if this money gets to Delta,
it will not go back to
Bros? It will not go back to Uncle?
No, I had already mentioned that, but before I answer that question, I wanted to go back to what Nima said, that Deltans were quiet, and I disagree, because the Chief Edwin Clark kept, even after federal government, that's the elder statesman in Delta State, after the federal government had, left the matter, he kept writing petitions.
And the only Delta, he's the only proper Delta, because I am aware.
He kept writing petitions to prove that guy had stolen money and that money needs to be recovered. And he's one of the people who has said now that if federal government takes this money, I am going to sue. We are going to sue the federal government. Then I also heard of a precedent where it was in the Den Bendel when they had a federal government recovered money and wanted to take it. And Bendel sued federal government, and the courts gave them the money back. So it's a precedent.
So this is a lost cause, really, for the federal government.
It's a lost cause for the federal government.
We've seen precedents already.
To answer your question, I mentioned it earlier that if you think this child cannot handle these resources, what do? You enforce it. You stay on them. You make sure that they give you accountability. You say, you earmark the project. Ila Rodo, Bini, Asaba Rodo, all of that. This is what we want to see.
And we'll disburse it to you.
And we will disburse it directly to the contractor. You follow up. That's what a parent should do. Not just grab it and now share it to other people that already have their own. It's unfair.
Okay.
Okay, can I read some tweets?
Can I read some tweets? That's a valid point. Thank you very much. Let's take a few points.
Shosanya Babatunde says, I don't see any reason why federal government should hold on to the money. It was stolen from Delta State government, so as far as I'm concerned, the money should return back to Delta State. Ogumola Emmanuel, according to the 35 UN Convention Against Corruption, of which both UK and Nigerian governments are signatories, they can't stipulate what to do with the monies recovered to the Delta State government. The money should be repatriated to the source. Isaac Babaeko, we have bad roads in Ogun and Bado. Please, the Delta money should reach us. So.
Okay, so I think also we should hold, I think if we do finally agree that the money should go back to Delta State, which really is the right thing to do, the people of Delta, therefore, should hold their government responsible, accountable. So they say, listen, this money, what are you using it for? Not that for something, one politician will buy a house. We're going to start traveling and start building houses in
exactly, and they shouldn't use it to be settling them with 10,000. No, we don't want that one. We want, and I think that governor that said money wasn't missing should now, because he doesn't have immunity anymore, he should now be asked questions. This is the money. Why did you say it was
not missing? You did not see
so that next time, when another person, when Britain finds another one like that, the person that is on that will not say, so yes, he's missing.
Let me just even flog both sides now. So it's arrogance in leadership. You've been made governor by, somebody suspected of crime, even convicted of crime, and all you can do is arrogantly say, we know your money lost. You understand? They say we seal your money. You say the money no loss. It's so size. And then the Attorney General also advising the president on something as sensitive as this should have been based on precedents. Yeah. You don't just act out. You know the precedents. The one Obiajulu mentioned is there about state resources already allocated, and the state, decided what to do with it. You should have been advised based on something that is judicious, not just because we need money, we are trying to mop up money, and the way you just drop it to the people is almost
we have
like
to wrap up on this, but I think we've been able to come to a conclusion. Yes, the money will go to Delta, but Delta, as they receive this money,
use it well,
use it judiciously, and shine your eye to the government.
Shine your eye, and government too should shine their eye on the money.
Exactly. Okay, I think I have callers. Let me take a few callers.
Because there is BVN now, they can trace if the money enters any account.
Okay, let me take a few calls before you run off. Good morning, are you there? Hello?
Hello?
You're live, go ahead please.
All right. Good morning, Marayo.
Good morning, Mr. Joseph, I can hear you.
Okay. Yes, Marayo, to me, this money is supposed to go back to Nigeria. It's Nigerian money, not Delta money again. Because,
I hear you.
Because we have to be an example to other states that once we bring people money from UK, they have to come back to the back so that the government will stop stealing our money.
Really?
The only thing is, I think the federal government should ensure whatever you commit, and any offense that you committed.
There's feedback. Mr. Joseph, it's hard to hear you. There's feedback.
Turn your TV down.
There's feedback.
Can you hear me?
Yes, now I can hear you.
Okay, I said my own thing will know better as a lawyer. Be returned back to the Delta State. So once you travel out of this country illegally without proper documents.
We have to disconnect that call. I'm not sure. We can't. It's difficult hearing you. I do apologize. There's a feedback. I'm not sure where that feedback is coming from.
Talking about proper documentation of the money, and you were saying that the documents that will have repatriated the money on the arrangement of the.
Do you have any more tweets?
There are many.
Let's take
There are many tweets.
Mohammed
Majid says the money is for Delta State, no doubt, but the state government frustrated the prosecution of the recovery of the money. My opinion is that the money should be used for federal projects in the state. John Bell Adedeji says, okay.
Olaboye Omololu says Abacha loot was recovered. FG told us they use it for Lagos Ibadan Expressway. Please, this money is meant for Delta State. Look at Zamfara Gold. It is not for Zamfara. So give the money back to the owner of Delta State. But I must say, it is on record that Delta State has said their money was not missing when Ibori was charged for fraud. Now the FG won the case, Delta wants the money. How are we sure they will not return the money to Ibori?
Yes. Let me take this call from Hassan. Hassan, are you there?
Yes, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning. Obiajulu, you know I'm one of your fans.
I can't hear you, Hassan.
All of them want the money.
Obiajulu,
Sir?
I'm one of your fans, but today I'm disappointed.
Why, sir?
Do you know why?
Why?
Thank you very much. You see, better, there is a paucity of leadership in Delta State. When the issue of looted money came up with EFCC, the governor and people of Delta State said none of their money lost. You understand? From that time, that money seems to be Niger Delta State government money. That's it. Let us be frank with ourselves. I'm not in support of saying federal government taking it or not taking it. Because if you don't admit that the money belongs to you, you have no moral justification to take that money now. And secondly, I'm in support that some federal projects, that money should be used for it. Even the second Niger bridge, it has to do with Delta State. Because that bridge stretches from Asaba to Onitsha. The two states are sharing the bridge. I know that place very, very well. And this issue of people from your own side making guests of themselves up till tomorrow, Ibori is their godfather. I'm saying it on here. Ibori is their godfather in that area. And that money, how are you sure? That money
is just about to say how you sure the money,
Yeah.
which is
They
the
will
question
monitor
everybody's
it.
asking.
Yes.
Father Onsi Olaluwa says that candy analogy isn't complete. She forgot the part where the child said his candy wasn't collected. But if the father recognized the candy he gave to his son,
He's the one that paid for
and
it.
was able to retrieve it from the bully, does the child still have the moral right to collect the candy?
That Alaja boy is saying on Twitter, charity begins at home, Delta. You know, and across states, we have this culture that just started of saying, why would you question a person's source? These days, when you ask, which job did you do that you just, did you win contract? They'll say, about Bele. And it was because some people just wanted to be hypocritical, psychopaths around him. At the time, they accepted something that was blatantly wrong. You know, and now we are discussing more.
Ola Williams, are you there?
Yeah, good morning.
You're live. You're live. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, I want to say something about when we are doing analysis. Let us try to balance our analysis. The fact that the former governor said the money was not missing, that's not a fact. The fact of the matter is that the money was taken from Delta State. Let me remind you, during Abacha loot, our president said Abacha didn't steal the money, they was keeping the money for us. When the money was recovered, was the money not given back to Nigeria?
Thank you, brother.
Okay, Abacha, because the president said Abacha was keeping the money, so the money should not be handed over to Nigeria. So let us balance the case. Don't let us put politics to case. If you take the money to the I'm even disappointed that Nima is talking like this. If you take the matter to court, they will tell you the fact of the matter remains that the fact of the matter, the money belongs to
the state.
To Delta State.
Thank you.
So that's the fact of the matter. Irrespective of what has happened,
Let's let the court determine who the money belongs to first.
Thank you very much.
It's important.
So that's my part.
No,
thank you very much, Mr. Ola.
May I quickly say this?
One second, YK.
Let me quickly respond. So this money might be from the Niger Delta or Delta State allocation directly. We need to be clear about where it was, because you know the Niger Delta money meant for the Niger Delta states was totally unaudited for a long time before we started criticizing it. So let's be sure where the money is coming from first, and let the court determine who will take what before we conclude on it. But
is that how people took Plateau State to court too?
Isaac Babayeko says Delta State should choose between the 4.2 million and the 8.9 million balance to be collected. Deltans, don't rush. You have balance now.
We want to take Paul. Paul from Owerri. Paul, are you there? Mr. Paul. Hello, Paul, are you there?
He's already discussing.
Hello, Paul. Hello, Mr. Paul.
Hello.
Hello, hi. Thanks for joining us. Go ahead, please. Oh, let's take a tweet.
Something happening in this Nigeria. Hello?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Yeah, something that is happening in this Nigeria that is not good. I'm just listening to this conversation this morning. There is a lot of proofs in this Nigeria. If you people want to prove, you people should go and prove this Tinubu of a different level. You should finally go and take this money back to people that owe this money. This is mad person the board at times, but the people that own the mad person will come and collect the pecan. And the pecan must raise up and become somebody. This is not good. It's unfair.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Paul.
You know the truth.
What did he say? I didn't hear this.
So he's saying that there are other people that we should also be investigating in the country. But we have this one.
What is investigating Iburi-Buri? Iburi is not the one on the
He's also saying that if somebody is managing a mad person and mad person gives birth, the people managing the mad person, of course, will lay claim to the baby.
Right, let me take a few tweets. I have to run off from this.
Okay, let's take a tweet. The money, if he says the money should be returned to Delta State, Jare, but they should use it judiciously and in all honesty to build, develop, empower Deltans who have suffered as a result of this looting.
Okay, after
further looting in other states should be investigated and returned.
Let me wrap up and I'll give BC the final statements on this segment because you are from Delta State. So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so I think it's unfair that we isolate this issue and now make it about Delta State supporting criminals. We have people all over the country who, you know, find a way to support their own. They support their governor. They support their president. Everybody just stays within their ethnic society. So, but that is not the crux of the matter. We are now mixing those issues because they celebrated him when he came out of prison means they don't need the money. Have you been to Delta State? The resources, majority of the resources coming to Nigeria as a whole comes from that region. You need to see how those people live there. So if you are really concerned about a one Nigeria and about bringing development to every strata of the country, you should ensure that this money is used in the state it was meant for in the first place.
All right.
Sentiments aside.
Another Deltan is talking. Can I read his tweets?
Okay, go ahead.
It's another Delta. He says, hello ladies in the house. To begin with, I am a bona fide Deltan. I quite understand the sentiment that the monies belong to Delta State people, not the Delta State government. I also agree with the FG holding on to the monies because all those presently in Asaba, the Asaba government house, are all cronies of the former governor. That's what I would have expected the FG to do is expend the monies on a worthwhile project to be cited in Delta State.
That is what we want. So,
his name is Anthony.
God bless you, Anthony.
That is what we want.
We don't trust the government at hand because they are cronies of the person that stole the money.
We do not also trust the federal government.
Because they've also done other projects that they've not
showed.
So we are now saying, who do we trust with £42.2 million? That's the question.
And the balance.
Unfortunately, and the balance.
That is the question we must ask. That is the hot topic. Who should we trust?
With the £4.2 million.
And the balance.
Mula. Cheese. Cheddar.
That is almost 3 billion.
Hey. Holy Ghost fire.
Holy Ghost fire.
Let's go to break. Guys, it's Thursday. That's how we are on Thursday. See you after the break. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
How we're doing, guys? Is the makeup in progress? Makeup.
Check.
Are the scripts on the prompter? Script.
Check.
Are we set in the VCR? All Tim in place? VCR.
Check. Clock is ticking, time is racing, lights are. Plans all set. 120 minutes of hot entertainment. We are ready for the mission.
Looking for some drama?
Yes.
Sit back and catch up with the slaps. Yeah, lots of slap. The drama is endless on TVC.
It's a mean of getaway out of hustle and bustling in Lagos, at Lagos, with Lagos, about Lagos, and it's the vice that gives me joy. Entertainment is creativity. Entertainment is way of life. Entertainment is how you can describe it. You know, that thing. You know, that thing that gives you joy. That thing that's specific. That's entertainment to me.
Now you can catch up with your favorite programs on TVC. Log on to www.youtube.com/TVC Entertainment. Join the fun.
Thanks for staying with us. So before with the break, Uche was online, so let me just take his call before you run up to the next topic. Uche, are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Go ahead, please. You're live.
It's all right. More or less, we look at it as executive radicalism. If it is true that the money belongs to Delta State, how can the federal government spend the money outside Delta State?
Thank you. Okay. Mr. Uche, are you
Yes,
there?
please.
Uche, are you
Yes,
there?
I'm there.
Now, do you trust those people in government today that when they receive this 4.2 million pounds, they will use it for the Delta people?
Why not? All they need to do is to set up a monitoring mechanism by which they can evaluate the vast job that has been done and the type of job that they have done.
There is BVN.
To trace.
Yes. The issue is this, that we must be able to hold people in government accountable, even at the federal level. Well, what assurances do we have that they will effectively use the money for what it is spent?
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Uche. We have to run off.
No, one more tweet. You're not running off. We are going to a new subject.
Yes.
His name is Theo. He says, please use the money for second Niger Bridge and name it Ibori Bridge.
At least we've read halfway. All right, let's move on. It's Thursday. We have to discuss a Thursday topic, please. I know we don't do serious things on Thursday, but we do family life issues on Thursdays. So we started a conversation last week where we talked about young girls marrying older men. So today we are flipping it. We're saying why the society look down on when a woman gets involved with a younger man. You know, society society looks down on it, and they feel that what they call them now, they're cougars.
Cougars.
You know, they call them cougars. And the truth is that this is quite prevalent in society today. I want to discuss why it happens and why is it difficult for us to accept this mode of relationship, because it's widely accepted across the world, where an older woman sees a younger person and they fall in love for real. You know, so in this situation, is it difficult to accept that a young man, because I know of a mother who cannot understand, she couldn't fathom the idea that her son was in love with an older woman her age. I mean, I remember that woman was going crazy. She cursed the woman, she did everything. How, you know, she did all the insulting and all the family meetings and everything. But this boy insisted that it was this woman he wanted to be with. They ended up not marrying, because they didn't get married. But they were involved with each other for at least about 12 years.
Wow.
For a long time. And the mother, and the son stopped talking for that period. I mean, so why does society judge these kinds of relationships is the conversation we want to have today.
Our society.
Our society,
right, yeah,
yes.
because I know that
because Macron
outside.
Macron is married to a 60-something.
And his teacher. A woman that taught him as a child.
Yeah. So, the Western world have evolved to understand that you can find love anyhow. Age is just a number, so to speak. So if you fall in love with older, fall in love with younger, that's fine, as long as you are okay and it makes you happy. But in Africa, let me talk for Nigeria. Putting myself as a mother, I understand that women naturally are wiser than men. Whether we want to accept it or not, we are. If you're raising children, you see a child of 16 that's a boy and a child of 16 that's a girl, the way they reason is different, totally different. The 16-year-old girl matures faster in certain aspects of life than the 16-year-old boy. That one will still be running around with his boxers and playing ball and everything. But the 16-year-old is already preparing. She's already wise in certain ways. She can already harness her powers and use her wiles. And those are the same pair. Now, when you come to marriage, comes to marriage or comes to relationship, you now have an elderly woman and a younger man. The fear of every mother is that this woman will definitely manipulate my son. This woman will oppress my son. You know that your husband is like 10, 20 years older than you. You know the way you enter him. Not to talk of someone who is wiser, who has lived before him. So that's the fear that mothers have. I have a son, and I wouldn't want him to bring someone who's older than him. Because I know how women are.
Older women have needs. You see, sometimes we have to look at the crux of the problem. Older women have needs, and many of their husbands are not meeting those needs.
It's not my son that will meet it.
I sent you guys a message. Did you say that they said life begins at 40? Now I understand when they say life begins at 40, because I know how I have felt differently. Body-wise, action-wise, activity, craving-wise, everywhere is just screaming for attention. And it's probably going to get worse as I grow older. So I can understand women in that situation where their husbands are not available. Their husbands are maybe senator or something, or they've traveled abroad. The husbands are not there paying attention to a woman whose body is screaming for attention.
You now want to use my son.
And it's a young boy who is very active, who is also, his body is also at that level, at that high top level. So it's high top meeting high top. And they meet a fantastic
the older woman should just remember that she has a...
He's not my son.
No, she has a... Lakuregbe.
What's that?
What's Lakuregbe? Arthritis.
What's that?
The older woman should remember she has arthritis. Maybe the younger man will just carry her. You just... He's there, you will just stroke.
No, it's not. It doesn't
because you know the kind of action the younger man is going to bring to your body. Action that your body can't take it.
You don't have to go that action. There are different ways of doing this thing without serious action now. There are different ways, YK. They are soft and gentle.
A young boy, imagine a 40, okay, look at me at 60.
Yes.
Hey, look at me at 60. Yes. And I start going out with a 30-year-old boy.
They will lift your legs.
No. Nadia go just
Oh, hang.
He go hang.
He go hang. Yeah. They say, what was it in the boy with running with water? She's... What is wrong with this woman? Please, you know?
Okay, let's calm down. Let me...
Excuse me. I don't understand.
So, generally,
yeah.
Whether naive young girl or wise old woman are believed to be manipulative of their men. And so the mother always, you know, generalize the kind of woman she is in the kind of wife her son wants to marry, whether it's a younger or older woman. That's how it is. And that's belief that Igbo people professors, they marry older women, a lie. In the olden days, sons even took over in royalty their father's wives in some cultures in Africa.
Yes.
And brothers inherited their brother's wife. If you like, born 9, born 25 self, and the brother don't use her finish. For him to assert authority, he takes over the wife. So we married older women in Africa. And men still establish patriarchy. So we have different issues there. It is now whether the mother want to leave her own personal sentiment inside this matter now. Hey. Do you understand? Because now you are saying my son, but your son don't grow. He's a man. He wants to move forward.
And he's an old woman. That's my age.
Have you not seen older women like YK that refuse to age?
Hey, that's true. YK, that's another angle.
She's going marrying her own business. One young person just saying, are you sure this woman is even 60?
Yeah. YK, a young person will see you and still like
you.
Yeah.
A young person
30-year-old
like you. The speed.
I used to run.
You not see the one that will chase you. Leave that matter. It's not because you have
you want to do it.
Let me tell you. What Obiajulu said is very right. That women mature much faster than men.
Yeah.
My brother's children, the girl is 12, the boy is 13. She is so much more mature.
Yes.
Remind me, I'm going to send you her poem. Some of her poems. She's so mature. And the boys are still running about playing.
We're talking emotions.
Let me talk emotions.
Relationship.
I had relation. I went out with a guy who I didn't know was younger than me. He was just 2 years younger than me. He was so immature. I couldn't stay. He was immature.
In these relationships, it's not maturity the women are looking for. I don't need your maturity.
What do you need?
There's something they're looking for.
No.
Is that thing
they want?
right spot?
Is that thing that we keep there?
See, because
it's that thing that we keep there.
Let's think about it. An older woman, you don't need an immature man around you. You're in your 50s. You're 55.
You're matured enough for both of you.
You're mature. I have enough maturity. What that woman is looking for is companion in that place.
Excitement.
Energy.
Smart men assert their role as head of home, age or not. Some people are young boys who lose their mentors in their fathers early, and they have to mature overnight. So if such a man now decide that my spec is older women, end of story. Just as men can marry younger women, women can marry older women, and they believe that they come in and one person manipulates the other. It's about the two people not trusting themselves. If two people, old or not, decide to marry themselves, as long as there's trust, they can proceed. Now the issue for us is because we have established this discrimination of older women. Women now rush into marriages even though they've not found the one.
Or they are not ready.
Ordinary 1 year. The Iyabo Ojo's mother, when she passed, at the burial, she now said that, her mother reduced her age all this time to them because she was older than their dad. That marriage survived years old. Yes, now, an extreme age gap, although that's not a huge age gap, but an extreme age gap is still possible. Because my professor, Salah, married a 15-year...
2 years to me is not... Because my auntie and my uncle, I told you about them, Antonia and Uncle Michael. Antonia is 75 and Uncle Michael is 74.
No, that's not what we're talking. We're talking 10, 15 years gap. That's where...
This guy,
that 1, 2 years is not...
This guy, Wale Ojo, the actor, he said recently that he prefers older women. That's all he likes to date.
Yeah.
And
you think he doesn't? You think he's not mature? Somebody that can come outside and announce his job.
I'm talking about.
Okay, so another reason we do not see it, we do not encourage it is the fact that because of our biology, somehow the women get older than the men, and that's one of the reasons we had back in the days that when you marry someone, you are older than as a man. In 10 years, 15 years, she's already looking older than you, not to talk of when the woman is older than you already, by age. So, but I've just realized that I think we should let people make their choices. We should let people find their happiness. Because that era of a woman looking older than you has passed. Sometimes it's suffer that makes you look really older. We've seen women who are in their 50s looking 40, women who are in their 70s looking 60. So it gets as money go touch you.
Let's bring this conversation
You'll be okay.
home, because I want us to really get the crux of it. So there is the issue of young man marrying an older woman. That one we usually see about maybe 4 or 5 years. It's different. But when there's about 20, 15 years, it's not really about marriage. It's usually it's many times about dating. And now the question is, the reason why we're having this conversation is, we want a woman to confidently come out and say, I'm dating a younger man.
Big deal.
But that's the issue. And society should accept her for who she is. And I'm dating a younger man. What is not a big deal? And that's why we're having this conversation. So why are we not seeing and respecting those kind of women at this time?
It's women.
It's women.
It's women.
Oh,
No.
Sabi,
It's the same women.
Yeah.
So now you're dating a younger man because we know when an older man marries a younger girl, she go do nothing. Join wife.
Okay.
Yes, because as he's old, getting old, some old age ailments will show up, and she'll start to do massage for him, cook some special meals for him. She'll pack some things at the end of the day. She might even have to stay by him bedridden. So we wonder when we see that extreme guy that, hey, your grandmother, you are not so doing, you know.
No, but let me ask you. Since you have said it, you're a 30-year-old man will now be nursing a 70-year-old woman. No. Do you think that a 30-year-old man is going to start massaging a 70-year-old woman?
If it's love, he can't.
Which love?
Please, what is wrong with it?
Wait.
No, do you think? I'm asking.
It's
If I was
obtainable.
30-year-old man, I will massage you. You look massageable.
Exactly.
A fine babe to be massaged at 70, 80, 90.
All the body.
Okay, you are massageable.
Excuse me.
You are 60, you're only
Me still dey waka with high heel now.
Yes, now.
Yes, now you
In
know.
10 years,
Okay, let me say it.
The one that has arthritis.
Going out with a 40-year-old woman, man.
Okay, so you know,
Excuse me. At that 40, when his body is just doing like
one
this.
of your uncle's wives, she died much older than you. She died at an older age.
Which my uncle?
And she looked good.
That one looked good.
yes.
She looked good.
Yes.
I'm not going to
Not
mention
mention name now.
She looked
But
good.
she looked good.
Yeah, she looked
So
good.
she could have dated
She
a
was
younger
beautiful.
man. Even, she could have dated a younger man.
She didn't even age.
She didn't age at
She
all.
didn't age money.
She
Remember meeting her at an event.
Did she have money?
So, so if she's not dating a 30-year-old man, you think he will massage
What
her?
to concern you with?
Of course he will massage her. So
That massage is different from the massage that Zima is talking about.
That massage is massage now.
Zima is talking about the bedridden massage.
Oh my God.
It's different from that massage.
YK, love is love. See, YK,
come.
wait now.
Wait.
I can't hear anybody.
I'll call you Auntie Enyo. Wait. If somebody is in love with you, as I'm married to my husband young now, there's a 6-year gap between both of us. And if something happens to him, I'll be by his side. He's been by my side. No question about it. So if flip it and make the age gap wider than whatever, I will still be by his side. It's not what we're talking
Let me take this
about.
call from Sunday. Sunday, are you there?
I agree.
Sunday. Ooh, I'm so sorry.
Oh my God.
Sunday, are you there? Okay, we've lost Sunday.
I even wanted to say.
I agree.
I know you agree, but I
But
wanted to
what
say
do you
that
agree?
women.
What's the boss say?
Okay, go ahead.
Anything, what did you agree?
This madam now, she said, you are working with a walking stick. You are doing kiniko. Then a 40-year-old man will come and
see
carry
an
you up
angel.
and down.
All I can see is that my angel has stopped them.
Let me let you come in here.
So what I see is there are, the women who go for younger men are women who look very good, who do not look their age, women who are financially okay.
Yeah.
You know, when you can take care of yourself, you don't see all these waka. No, we don't see it. It's when there's poverty, you cannot treat common malaria, you cannot treat common arthritis, you cannot. People take drugs.
Arthritis is not common.
You know, and I'm just saying, people have gotten to a level where they can take drugs and look good.
Yeah.
They can take care of, they work out, they do exercise. I saw a video recently of an 80-year-old woman who is a gym instructor. You need to see her. You can't even believe. Those are the sort of women that go for younger men.
Yeah.
So, and sometimes when you see them, it's only when you look closer that you know that this person is actually way older than this man.
But let's
So
not
whatever happens when you are in love in that relationship,
Yes.
if somebody comes down with an illness, the other partner will be by their side.
Yeah.
All the way.
Let me tell you, I can't agree with you people. There is a limit to where your leg can open.
YK,
opening
no.
are you talking about?
Hey, as you go older.
Yes.
Really?
Does it close?
Please, let the YK talk here.
Eh?
YK, what happened?
Breakfast,
There's a
we are
way
on the breakfast show.
cannot what happened?
There is a limit to how you can hang.
Really?
Yes.
There are other styles.
I'm not even talking of myself.
I know. Talking about other
I'm
women.
talking an 80-year-old woman with a 40-year-old man.
Their styles.
How do they want to?
Their styles.
They're different
soft
styles.
That man is not ready for stop style. Then he's going to go and meet the one that will give him hard style now.
YK.
No,
His
they are-
preference now is not about whether age or anything.
Yeah.
If the man's preference is gentle,
Which, why are you deceiving yourself?
Please, we are still on the breakfast show. Let us remind
If
ourselves.
NBC writes me, I will find all of you. I won't agree.
it is you that talk about
It is
level.
you. Let me take
I know, because I'm just trying to imagine. 80.
Why leave the bedroom? Leave and look at the relationship.
There's no relationship.
All relationship is not
That's
about
where I
sex.
want us to debate. Let's divide it.
He's not talking about relationship. Listen. He's talking about
listen.
Other room.
Listen. What is a relationship? It's when two people come together and they are companions, they are friends, they understand. What is an 80-year-old woman talking with a 40-year-old man?
They're discussing.
There's no discussion.
Politics,
what they're
finances, security.
No,
they're discussing.
His job is to come and fulfill the needs that her late husband has left barren.
Okay, so
and she's 80.
YK, if the
and he's 30.
YK,
let me take this call.
Okay,
50 years.
I have a call, YK. I think I have Kingsley. Kingsley, are you still there? Kingsley, are you there?
Kingsley wants to talk about that.
Yeah, I'm here.
You're alive. Go ahead, please.
Good morning.
Yeah. I want to contribute on the money that they are returning from.
Go ahead. It's your view. Let it count.
Yeah, my contribution is that I think the money should go back should be returned back. Is returned back to Delta State.
Thank you.
I don't think. Excuse me. I don't think government should be playing double standard when it comes to some issues.
Thank you.
The same money is returned from UK to Bayelsa State.
Yes.
Now another one is coming back. It's supposed to go back straight to Delta State. That money was stolen from Delta State, so it should go back to Delta State. It's their money. And again, the money is not issue. We don't need to ask question of how to handle the money or not. No. Because federal government did not even handle the federal government money well. So when it goes back there, it's left for Delta people to decide what to do with their government. They didn't use the money very well.
All right. All right, thank you very much.
Let me take this sweet is for you. Miss She says there are males that generally love older women, and if a 60-year-old woman isn't looking for companionship but active in the other room, it's unfortunate. Me, I'm looking at YK with some kind emotions.
So we should respect women who choose to date younger men.
Yes.
That's why we're having this conversation. We support people.
I respect them. I'm just saying they should be careful of their lives. That's all.
Okay.
Because if you are 80 and you're going out with a 30-year-old man, that means when you are 50, that man was just being born.
Yeah.
The energy look, I will tell you. I told you about one story when my nephews and they were doing exercise and I joined them. That my leg did crack inside when I joined them in the exercise. I was still not seeing that distance 6 months later. They had moved on. They had moved on to another exercise.
So
I could not. There was.
That's a valid concern, YK. Yeah, it's a valid concern. But I know that concern. So there are other people who are in there. This thing we're talking about happens with women in the 50s. Yeah. So you're a 55-year-old, you're dating a 35-year-old young man.
Good luck.
You know, and the reason you are doing it is because your husband is not providing that service for you. He's away, you're alone, you're lonely, your children have traveled abroad, you're just the one in the house. No companion, nothing. And the 30-year-old electrician comes here every other day to come and do your electricity.
Yes, now that's cheating.
That's
not what we're talking about now. Is that what we're talking about?
No, we're not talking about infidelity. I'm talking about, okay, so we're talking about infidelity. What I'm talking about is the woman who maybe is widowed.
Yes, she doesn't have a relationship. She wants to
the husband have died. It's just you. The children have traveled abroad. You're alone in the house. And your 35-year-old electrician comes around all the time. And he now becomes your friend. And he now services you well. What is wrong with it? Why can't you confidently come out and say, yes, the electrician now is my boyfriend? Why is that a big deal in Nigerian society? That is the question.
No, let's be even serious about this stamina thing that YK is raising. It is the stamina that you have as a young woman.
That you carry to your age.
It's the stamina that I have that they will use for me. It's the one that you don't have, I will not go and borrow. Worry say you don't go borrow your neighbor to take welcome your wife. It is what stamina you have that he will give you. Yeah. In the any other one is
I will tell you one story of one woman that went with one young boy. Let us go on a break.
I think we are not going on a break. We are finishing the show.
I can tell us the gist now. Give us that gist.
The guy hung her leg and when he just stretched, he said, "Come on, Kasa, it's okay." I said, "I'm correct, babe. Don't finish checking it." You know, they said, just put that leg down. It's arthritis leg that you are
lifting up.
That you are lifting up.
Is it the one I just said you or the man I just said you? Who gave you the gist? The man gave you the gist. Oh, goodness me. Let me take this call. Good morning. Are you there?
I'm there.
You're live. Yes. Hey, Yakub, thanks for calling. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Quickly,
the data issue, I think the money should go back to them. The government should just set up a monitoring mechanism. That is aside. You see, Morayo, this very particular topic, we are just laughing about it. It's a very, very, very difficult topic indeed. But we don't look at it like that. You see, the woman is at part of disadvantages here. When man finds himself in this kind of a situation, it is very easy for a man to just go out and get any other person. Do you get it? But for me, though this is my personal opinion, I don't think anything wrong in a 50-year-old woman or 60-year-old woman gets alongside with a young guy of 30 years old, Morayo. Because the issue is that you just raised one very important issue here. You are alone. You give back like 4 or 5 children. All of them is outside the country. They are not more with you. And then what do you do when you need something like that? Are you listening to me?
Very clearly.
So what do? You just keep silent and then you die in silence. The thing that Sister Yen was saying that he cannot raise his leg, he cannot do that. I disagree with you, man, with due respect.
I disagree too. Thank you.
One of the Adula just finished it up. There is a lot of style that she can take because you cannot just leave your own woman just die in silence. Thank you. Good morning.
Yakub, wait now, wait.
Yes, I'm here.
Wait, please. What of the story I just said about that woman that went out with a young man and then she shouted on him, "Kasa yesile." See, morally, the young guy is not matured enough.
Exactly, he cannot handle it.
Thank you very much, Jacob. But you see, I want us to understand women in their 50s. Yeah. Because it's difficult for a woman in her 50s to date a man her age. That's the truth. All the men your age are either they're still married or they have other responsibilities that you are the last thing they want to deal with. But the person that is available to you as a 55-year-old woman is probably a younger man who's just trying to find his feet, start his career. He hasn't really started dating, or he started dating, but he wants to settle down. So he needs maybe your own contacts also to be able to build his own business. So it's a give and take relationship, and both of you are together.
You can be married,
you should be
you
happy.
can be relationship. So I just think we need to, as women,
second.
I just think that we need to support ourselves better.
Yes.
So you understand that this is my friend or this is my neighbor, and she needs this, and it's okay. She's happy. I think the focus sometimes is sometimes we want to
please society.
Want to project. Yes, want to be the judge. Want to be society's judge. Yes. So this is wrong. This is immoral. This is that, and we don't pay attention to the person's well-being and happiness. So we need, as women, because men don't scare. They would even, they're okay with it. But it's the women that are like, do you see the mama that this person is carrying? Do you see the mama that this person is following? This one will use your head.
Please let me read this tweet, John. Oyeka says YK is 25 years old as far as I'm concerned. Let YK pray she doesn't meet a young man that will make her lose her senses. Marriage actually reduces any age gap. Women who date young men also know the younger man may not stay long till they are old. Yes. They need young men for companion.
So that's why you cut me off now.
Yes, that's why I cut you off.
I know there was one serious tweet now.
Okay. Boss says in overseas, women date younger men because of their fresh needs for love and maybe sex. Take a look at Piqué, the footballer, and Shakira. Shakira is 10 years older than Piqué, but they are fine. They live happily. And why do you think older women seek for young guys as sugar babies?
Let me take this call.
That's where I have a problem. That's mindset that anytime such relationship happen, one person is using the other one. Sugar daddy, sugar babies is wrong. People can actually come together and
just there is sugar daddy and there is honey mommy.
Really? Why? Have you ever been a honey mommy?
I've never been a honey mommy.
Okay, but you know
I'm not even rich enough to be a honey mommy.
Oh, you need to be rich to be a honey mommy and sugar daddy.
When I say sit down there, you sit down there.
Honey
I'm your honey mommy.
Okay, now.
Let me tell you outside. Don't call me. Don't call me.
I have a call from
Jenny. Call me YK.
Wookie, are you there?
Sweetie.
Wookie, are you
there? I'm here.
You're alive. Go ahead, please.
Yes, I'm here.
You're live.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome
to the show.
Yes. Thank you. Yeah, I just wanted to comment on what Obiajizu said that any older woman that gets married to a younger woman, a younger man must be looking good and young. I've got an experience. My elder brother got married to just my neighbor basis. So somebody that is about 12 years older than him. And she's not looking like she's 10 years younger. She's really looking like she's even 15 years older than him. And his excuse or his reason was because she makes him feel good. The drama associated with Nigerian women, because drama is in South Africa, the drama associated with Nigerian women, he doesn't have it with her. There's no issue of respect.
Buki, did you guys have objections to this marriage? Buki, did your family have objections to this marriage?
Yes. My parents objected to it. After they got married, they didn't tell anybody. Just when he began to go, because my mom really objected to it. And when he eventually got married, we didn't know. We didn't tell anybody because it's not in Nigeria, in South Africa. So, sorry.
Right. Okay, thank you. Why don't you just know?
So there's a Nigerian.
Thank you very much.
There's a Nigerian couple.
You see, if there's honeymoon, if there's honeymoon,
this is not honeymoon. This is relationship. What she's talking about.
How old was she? Could she?
12 years older.
12 years gap.
She can still give birth now. But when a young man of 25 marries a 50-year-old woman, and
everything is not
it's
about
not that she believes that she cannot give birth. A mistake happened.
She cannot give birth.
Or she has frozen her
Macron
eggs.
doesn't have children.
He doesn't want children. They like cats. Those people used to buy dog and
We have to wrap up, but you see, I think this. Let's talk about this case study for a moment. So he's 12. She's 12 years older than him. Families don't.
Family rejected.
Families do not accept it.
You are married to someone fairly younger, and don't you play your role as the woman behind the success?
He's not younger than you.
I don't understand.
No, fairly as
in,
I'm saying he's not an older man. That's what I'm saying.
Hey, but he's older than her.
I'm not saying
4 years older
he's
than
older
me.
than you.
Yes.
But you are married to a man that is not as old as we are talking.
Yes.
Are you not playing your role as the woman behind the success?
Yes.
Me, I'm playing my own.
I'm playing my own too.
So whether it's an older woman or older man, that woman might be the sponsor, the successful story behind the man. There's a couple in Nigeria. When we go on a break, we will say that's wait now, I cannot say it now. The person is a popular person in this country, is an artist. And the news around the blogs then, all the magazines was because of the age of the wife.
Yes.
But he became successful.
We have to go.
12 years, to me, 12 years is not, it's okay.
We have to go.
Where I have a question, when you are 50,
We have to go. We beg for, and you are 30. We beg for extra 30 minutes. We have used the 30 minutes extra. Please. We have to run.
Let's respect ourselves. Let's not be putting two hot topics on the same day.
Okay.
All right. One dry topic, one hot topic.
Okay, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that during post-production. Have a fabulous day, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.
The alarm for come downstairs.